Alright, and we should be live. 1 second though, I forgot something. Alright. And we should have everything ready now. Indeed. So, we're gonna continue where we left off yesterday, which is gather up a bunch of honey. Now, the honey farm works and doesn't work at the same time, which is kind of weird. And I'm not quite sure what to do in order to make it work. Well, we sure heard a lot of bees come out there. That was one of my worries yesterday. That I couldn't quite see the bees in here. But I'm hoping that now that this pulses through. So the way that this works, as far as I understood yesterday, right, is that whenever a bottle is, like, this is a dispenser, it dispenses a bottle into this, which will then shoot, if it's a full bottle, it onwards, or it gets swallowed up here and sent back. So if it's full, it's gonna go here and then all the way around until it finally gets layered off down here. But honestly, I don't feel like it's quite working as it's supposed to. So there's that for it, since I only have the 3 here, which I also had before. I'll just chuck these guys in. Let's only keep redstone stuff in there. Wow, that sounded like a lot. Just gonna make sure that we have no bottles caught in this. wonder if I'm close enough up by the up here. Well, I mean, it's still running, and I can still see the bees. Well, is that a shader setting? It must be. Hey, Draco. How are you, man? Everything good? Or yeah, I know. It happens. It's all right though. Oh, I just realized. There we go. I wonder how much XP has fallen down here. Oh. Alright, well, just try that again. That's a first. Oh, you're teaching your cousin some redstone things? Well, I mean... redstone is weirdly applicable in real life too. It's a good way of learning how to think in certain situations. Okay, it sent me up here. Weird, but alright. Let's see if we got any, Oh, wow. Uh, I don't know whether or not this is gonna make a difference. Hey, Gaming Lev, welcome, man. It's nice seeing you back 2 days in a row. I appreciate it, man. It's always nice when somebody returns. Yesterday we did manage to get the honey farm here up and running, which is it's actually quite a cool design in a sense, and rather like tight on the like it doesn't require a lot of space either, which I'm a big fan of. I think, however, I lost most of my sand, or most of my glass. You found a new way to do a laser door in Minecraft without mods. What do you mean by laser door? Like, huh? Oh, this is still going. Neat. Yeet. Jump through here. Since I by accident threw away pretty much all of my sand, um, I'll have to stand FK here for a wee bit to get some more. Okay, so it was the spooky thing that made everything so dark. I actually rather liked everything being that dark. But I suppose. Yeah, I would love for it to just not like do like it did a camera thing where it's like you're recording it and then you're sort of like dropping the camera, you know, that film trick they do in a lot of films. And I don't really like that particular trick. Like at least I don't like playing with it. Alright, so we're gonna fill these two with sand. Do we have a bunch of sand down here, I wonder? Well, not a bunch, but we have a little bit. I wonder why it's not picking it up as it used to. Ugh, right. But can I live with it, though? Because I don't know, I really liked the darkness of it. It became so much darker. And like, while this is kind of difficult to stream with, because you can see pretty much nothing, I can see pretty much nothing. Still gave sort of a... I think it's just too much. But I could probably try and work with some of that saturated darkness now. Now it's just a little bit rough around the edges. Hey, gaming guy, welcome. How have you been, man? All good, I hope. That's good, man. That's good. I sent a message to a mate of mine, or rather a video. I sent a video to a mate of mine that essentially asked the question whether it is more gay to give your mate a hand job with your left or your right hand, depending on which hand you are primarily using yourself, right? And I actually think it's sort of a good conundrum, and my mate highlighted, like, in one, like in the video, they're talking about it, like they're making arguments for both. Uh, where it's like, one guy says it's more gay because you're using the hand you're the best with, right? So like, or the hand you're using yourself, and that's more gay because you're better with that hand. But the other one says, well, if you use the other hand, it's going to take longer. Uh, so you're giving your mate hand job for longer, and of course that's more gay, right? And that's the two opposing things, right? But then my mate went, well, but in reality, isn't it like also kind of gay? You want to give your mate a good hand job, uh, and I had not considered that possibility whatsoever. So now I'm sort of just like, what? I can't quite decide. And hey, Sign Turtle, welcome. Sorry, gaming guy, I just had to go on that rant. Um, we are emptying out the ocean as we usually do, but I have a need for a lot of glass bottles for honey, because honey is something we've been running out of honey blocks for like making the build as big as we can, like or making as many sweepers as we can, as making the sweepers as big as absolutely possible. Um, so now I essentially just wanna like get that over with and get a absolutely dumb amount of glass bottles to circulate through my system. Okay, you want to stream again? Stream today, but you don't know what you want to do. And hey, Mono, welcome. Um, uh, uh, I would suggest just do whatever feels right, man. Play your game as you want. Like, if there's a particular game you want to play today, then do that. Like, again, I might not be the one to really ask, but since I haven't done all the things that is required to be a successful streamer, but think about it this way, I very much enjoy streaming and choose to do so, not out of like a delusional sense that I'm gonna get famous or anything else like that. I'm doing it because I really enjoy it. And I think there's a certain like point to derive from that. Oh wow, this is brutal. Whoops, a lot of sand, or a lot of glass anyway. I could have brought Shulker down here. Anyway, I need to go back to it at some point. Bottles, 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 and you know what? More bottles. So I suppose you should pretty much just do what you think you're gonna enjoy most today. Now I have it pretty easy since I always enjoy playing Minecraft. But I mean, it's really up to you. Essentially, I just want to fill up the shulkers down here for maximum bottle gauger. Like I need a absolutely ridiculous amount of bottles in order to fill this thing up. But what do you guys think about my conundrum, or rather my line of thought here, where my mate and I are discussing what would be more gay? In case you need the question asked again, that you weren't here when I was on my quick rant about it. What is more gay? To give your homie a hand job with your left hand or your right hand, depending on which you're dominant with, or whichever one you use yourself. Like, what would be more wrong? It might be the wrong audience to ask. Anyway. Forget I asked. Yeah, you should. It's just, I found this dumb video online. Anyway, let's, while we wait for glass to be, smelted, I might as well search, alright. Let's, Right. I have a, let's, do a poll here. What do I do in a personal time? It wasn't meant in that way. It was more sort of a dumb question, not as in like a proper I want to know this. Damn, you really turned that around on me. Well, good. All right, but let's take something that that everyone can be a little bit more in on, and it sounds less terrible when I. No. It's and neither do I. But I do like the opposite gender. And in case anyone were wondering, I identify as a white straight man because I am a white straight man, born and raised as one. But anyway, there I searched up some quite straight. Yes, indeed. I've never been curious. If that's that might be the proper terminology to use. I've never been curious about that sort of thing. But I found a website with questions that are supposed to be sort of divide the group. Wait, let's all right. Let's see here. Okay. I have a bunch of questions, and I want a website that sort of have a lot of questions that people disagree on. So let's put it to the test here in the chat. Is cereal a soup? Is the first question. I don't know. Make an argument for it not being a soup, because I can see the point with when people say that it's a soup. It's a liquid. You pour things in. Soup can be cold. I suppose it's in sort of the same vein as in our hot dogs a sandwich. Ah, right, right. I'm looking for you to think about why you say that it isn't. All right, we can. You don't put sugar in soup. You do in some soups. What are you on about? Sugar is an additive, and sugar, like, yo, yeah, now you do. Come on, dude. Like in most store-bought soups, there's plenty of sugar in them. Some countries have soup as breakfast. I've eaten soup as breakfast. Although that might say more about me than it does about some people. But my point stands. Alright, we can do this. Another question then. This is a little bit more silly and there's no right answer. Who do you think would win in a fight? A 500-pound or kilo duck or 501 kilo ducks? Excuse you, good sir. I don't really feel like fighting back here. Noob. Because I mean, 501 kilo ducks could definitely wreak some havoc, but 500 kilo duck, that also just, I don't see how they're supposed to take it down. Like, I don't see how the hordes of the 501 kilo ducks would be able to like take down that duck. But then again, I don't. Yeah, but wouldn't it only take like one duck to do like a suicide dive into it? Like imagine that a 1 kilo duck hits you with like 30 kilometers an hour. And now imagine that like 60 or 70 other of those ducks also hit you with that. Like surely that would be enough to kill a 500 kilo duck. I think it depends on what the sort of situation we put them in, right? So if we put them into a cage where they can't fly up, I would probably say the 500 kilo duck. So I mean, like, imagine that was the 500 kilo duck, right? We're probably gonna make it this big, right? And then there's all the small ones around it, 500 of them. If 70 of them, if they're fighting outside, like there's no limits to going into the sky or anything like that, right? If 70 of those fly up into the sky while the remaining 430 keep the 500 kilo one preoccupied, and then they just dive straight down, like tuck in the wings and go as fast as they can downwards. Like I'm sure they would be able, maybe even they propel themselves a little bit with their wings. Surely they would be able to reach some crazy speeds. And with that being said, like getting hit by something that is a kilo heavy and hit by even just 30 kilometers an hour is gonna hurt, especially with a beak that's basically just like hardened bone. Like, is there an argument to be made that if the 1 kilo ducks did that, they would be able to kill the 500 kilo one? The singular 500 kilo one. Like just suicide bomb into it. Is that an argument that can be made and... What is the top speed of a duck? What is the top speed of a duck? What the f... Okay, so the fastest duck ever recorded moved at 100 miles an hour. That's 150 kilometers an hour. Though the average is around 60 miles an hour. Okay. So if we take that into account, if a 1 kilo duck, we gotta do some math here. A 1 kilo duck, mc2 squared equals energy, E. So we say that 1 to the second times 70 kilometers an hour would be around 160 kilos of force. Does that sound about right? I don't know. I was never good at math. No, 1,600 kilos of force. Okay, wait. That does put things into perspective, at least for me. Like, that feels like a crazy amount of force. Why is it not getting brought forward? Yes, slowly. I'm just stacking these up so I make sure there's a stack in each. Because that should keep this running for a while. The little ducks win. Okay, okay, next question. Give me a second. Toilet paper over or under? I'm solidly in the camp over, yeah. But I suppose there are people who would say under. Yes, the Honey's farm it's so sweet to finally have it exclusive. And you're coming right where we're having these conundrum questions. I'm doing them right now. Just to set the tone, the last conundrum question we were running were, could 500 1 kilo ducks take out one 500 kilo duck? But now we're on, is it correct to put the toilet paper over or under? Like the strip you're grabbing. Is that supposed to go under or over? Over is better, but under is okay. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. I feel like I would look weird at my girlfriend if she put it under. Like, I don't know, that just feels wrong to me. Yeah, same, right? Alright, let's just make sure that no glass bottles have been launched out of the machine. Okay, good. I suppose we'll just go up and get some XP then. While we wait for this. We might as well... How the repeaters glow? Oh yeah, yeah, it's nice. What's the biggest red flag if they put the toilet paper under? I wouldn't... is it a red flag? No. I feel like we're using the word red flag too liberally, so I'm not gonna go as far as to say that it's a red flag, but uh, I think I definitely find it a little bit weird. Alright, so I need about a stack of honey before we leave this place. Yeah, it's sort of a brown flag. What would... Well, now we're on the red flag, we might as well take the obvious one. What's your... Not your personal red flag, but what's the reddest flag that you see in other people? That's an interesting one. I think it also probably says a lot about you. I can go first. Mismanagement of others' time. Right, and that's sort of a weird way to put it, but like, let's say that you show up continuously 5 minutes late or half an hour late or something like that. So, like, if for a potential partner, right? So if you look at someone and you're like, all right, so is that what's the biggest red flag you see within them? And like, we're of course taking out obvious ones such as serial cheater and all that sort of stuff. And it's not just like for romantic partners, it's also for friendships. If they vape, alright, damn. Shots fired. I gotta take a good. Okay, okay. Certainly, you're on fire today. That's the second burn you hit me with. Oh. All right. Well, that XP. No, I can't. Some of the things that really mess me up with other people is if they like cancel plans at the last moment or continuously show up a little bit late. I'm gonna turn down the sound on that because that's because I don't know, that just really gets to me whenever people don't respect my time in that manner. Gaslighting, yeah. Well, but it takes a little bit of time to realize that it's a gaslight, right? And to realize that they do it on a continuous basis, right? Because I think to a degree, right, that we all pretty much gaslight each other. Most of the time. Okay, yeah, go rant. Go rant. Let's hear it, son. But try and keep it in like a big message and not like 100 small ones. Because I did activate like a spam filter on my in my chat, so. Pretty privilege. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, I kind of get that. But to be fair, that it could also be a misguided attempt of concern. Turtle. Like, let's say that, I don't know if the said person was normally wearing something very different. Right, let's say that, like an example of that could for an example be that I often wear a suit, right, at work. And if I suddenly just showed up in my slacks, right, people might ask, oh dude, what's wrong, right? They might not ask, why are you wearing that, right? That seems loaded, but they might ask, is everything alright? And that might just be her not knowing the boundaries yet. Or said person not knowing the boundaries yet. Oh, that's a lot of shulkers. We do actually need quite a bit of gold for this build too. So I mean, this is not bad. Getting a little bit of gold settled in on. Oh no. One moment. Okay, that's a lot. We still have a lot of shulkers empty. Okay. We can even make a gold beacon now. Eventually, we're gonna get to a point in the game where we're gonna have a beacon of each. Probably never a netherite one though. I'll I'll concede that right now. That's probably never going to happen. But never say never, I suppose. But jeez. Though it would be cool to make a netherite one. I seriously doubt my I don't think I could mine mindlessly for netherite for that long. The next question, yeah, give me a second. I just gotta focus a little bit on picking all of this up before it despawns, and then next question will be right up. So, brushing your teeth in the shower, yes or no? Personally, I do this, so this one kind of hits so close to home. Okay. All right. I'm hoping that with one more stack we'll have enough, but we'll see. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Huh. There's actually a legal dispute ongoing right now of whether or not a burrito is a sandwich. I suppose that depends on how you classify it. Like a burrito, I would say a burrito is a wrap. And I wouldn't consider a sandwich a wrap. Because like a sandwich requires that they're like a wrap, you only like. Do I see a sandwich as always square-like? Like it doesn't need to. Like it can also be like where a wrap is. Well, no, I suppose burrito can also be. Is a taco a burrito? Burrito? Because a taco. But apparently, like there's an actual legal dispute ongoing right now where they're unsure whether or not a burrito is considered a uh, is an ongoing legal case right now. But is a wrap also? But is a wrap consider? Could we consider a wrap a sandwich? I suppose we would have to define a sandwich first. Like in the essence of it, could we consider a sandwich simply to be a bread-like substance put around meat and vegetables, or just vegetables, or just meat. Put around some sort of topping. Wouldn't that be the most accurate description of a sandwich? And if so, a wrap is vegetables and meats covered in a doughy paste or bread. Like, logically, I'd say that a wrap must be a sandwich. I don't feel like ethically that it is. See, that's not. I would also call a pita a sandwich, and that's simply cutting a hole into like the pita bread and then shoving the goodies inside of it. I would also consider that a sandwich, and I think most barbecue places do, and kebab places. No, I'm not saying pizza. I'm saying pita. A this. Because I would consider that a sandwich. hmm And that doesn't have two distinct pieces going either on top or below it. Oops. Well, let's go in here. How's this looking? Oh, wow, that's a lot. That's. Why is the system backing up there? Oh, wow. Apparently there was a lot of honey in here somewhere. Or in these. I wonder why it's not getting moved around as it's supposed to. Because this is a crazy amount of honey. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think we have enough honey then. Though, then again, it's called a pita bread, not a pita sandwich. Hmm. I have the most NPC Twitch. Oi. How rude. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying rude. Um, Wait, did I leave the... I left the shulker with the stuff at the base. Alright, see you later, Turtle. But thank you for joining in. It was insightful having you in here. I think I really like the seasons, like having that chucked on. Like, it doesn't actually change anything except for like a couple of textures. Where it's like, we have this snow-like stuff around here, but it's not proper snow. Right, so we have that. And I'll pop these two down here for later sorting. These two are empty, nice. Oh, I forgot to bring... one of those home. There we go. What's in this one? Nothing. Okay. Well, exclusive, you're more than welcome to write me a new bio if you want to. That might actually also be kind of interesting to see what you would say my style is. I don't know, I think I kind of get that. I would probably get upset too if you said that I look like Logan Paul, but I mean, it's probably a me issue more than it is anything else. Alright, so let's get to the slime and everything put in. I'm pretty sure I'm also going to need a lot more observers than I currently have. I might have to go get more slime too. Oh, hello. Luckily, slime is one of the things I don't think I'm ever going to run out of. I don't see any big slime projects coming up for sure. But it's nice to know that we'll always have enough honey now. Okay, so we do actually have to go get some more slime. Unexpected. I could probably just jump down to the slime farm and grab some out directly. Some fresh slime, you know? It's always a good thing. Let's just get a couple stacks. I have any netherite lying around? I do. Because I'm probably gonna need more than I have there. In this chest here. Yeah, much more. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, that turned dark real quick. Can we get some more light, please? And let's get the obsidian. No! I completely forgot about that creeper. You would say that my bio is master architect in Minecraft, expert at building, his own grave in PvP, watches I create stunning structures and immediately lose fights with. Wow. What are you on about? I wasn't even the worst at PvP on the server. That feels kinda rude, not gonna lie. Unnecessarily rude at that. But it is kind of funny. I can't like not say that it might be kind of fitting. Wait, where did I put the trident? Hello? Did I put that in here? But I'll take it into consideration. Although I do think that it's a wait, why am I here? Right, I need oh, that's blackstone, okay. So I can't see the difference right now between blackstone and netherrack. I might have to mess about with the intensity of the different. Let's just try and do that, because video settings, shader packs, world, nether. Let's try and go with atmosphere, materials, lighting. I feel like wait, what's an other? What's this? I did see a message. I wouldn't quite. I even read it out loud. What? Uh. Is it under here? Let's try and turn it off completely. This to try and see if we get more. Is it easier to see now? What the different things is? Slightly. Yeah, now actually a lot better. I can work with that. What? There was a reply. Excuse you? I said I would take it under consideration. I laughed at the part where you said I was terrible PvP, and I said I wasn't like even the worst on the server. So I feel like that was kinda mean, but at the same time kinda funny. Oh, that got dark real quick. Alright, so now we have the wall done. No, 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 no. I don't have bottom tier combat skills. I think I'm actually quite average. I think I'm actually pretty brilliant considering I've never spent any time on actually developing them. But I mean, if you just want to be rude. What's in the red shulker? Do I have any observers in here? I do not. Oh, that's mildly disappointing. Well, let's see how far we get with this amount of observers. Because I think it's it's observers and everything else that's probably gonna be all jammed out. Alright, so do that, this here instead. So now when I remove this, that works perfectly. Perfect. We do that. We do this. We do that. Actually, we remove that. We put that there. Put that in there again. This. Remove that. Put that. Okay, so now we have the motor active. So now I go all the way along here. My God. And we put down the observers plus sticky pistons. Where did that sticky piston go? There, it is. Although I wouldn't be actually be opposed to using something like that exclusive. I don't think it's too far off. It's just I'm not that bad at PvP. I'm pretty bad at PvP, but I ain't bottom tier. That. I'm bottom tier in redstone now. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's the first level of that. So now I need to do this. So that is connected. And we go over this line. Imagine how cool this is going to be once it starts running. Like just having all of that motor be removed in like one go almost. Oops. Where did that block go? Ah, there. Trying not to lose any blocks here. Emphasis on trying. But before we launch it, I am just going to check after every single observer and hopper and hopper. If there's a hopper on this build, something's going to be wrong. The thing about building something this big means that if I do one thing wrong, it's just gonna really come back to bite me. So, I'm trying immensely hard not to mess this up. Because it's super smart to make something big, but like time efficient and everything of that, but it's gonna stop being time efficient real quick if I don't have all the blocks in the right spots. Oh no. I broke something I can't see. So what did I break? I can barely see what's going on, so it's not you, just in case you were wondering. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a lot more observers. If we make a stack, I think we should be good for a while. No. I'm just gonna make sure that that's correct. Oh. That would have been terrible. A stack of sticky pistons and a stack of servers are needed here. Alright, so we're gonna need some iron. We're gonna need some cobblestone. truckload of wood. And some redstone, of course. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult to pull a signal through. Yeah, that's enough. Any leftover iron goes in here. Nice. That's those. Now I need to make a bunch of observers, which is going to require a bunch of quartz, a reasonable amount of redstone, rather an unreasonable amount of redstone, and a pretty decent amount of cobblestone. Perfect. No, I didn't ask anything. Did I just shove those in there? That's dumb. I didn't ask anything, don't worry. Just sort of talking to myself, you know, as I so often do. My god, that's beautiful. I love that. Oh my god, I could get lost in that sky. Whee! The sky in the last stream more? Well, I think it rotates. Like I set it to cycle through different kind of night skies out there, so it's not always the same. Which I think will add, will eventually add more beauty to the game in that sense. That it's not always just the same old sky, even though it's pretty. We're down here. It is what it is, indeed. Be like it do. Oh, darkness. Okay, I broke something I wasn't supposed to. What did I break? That one, okay. Give me a second. Well, of course, man. Well, there is a 2000 day download. There were one. I don't know if you got to download it in time, but oh, darkness. Yeah, there were. Come on, you like you? Really? Come on. I can't see what's going on. Does this help? Oh wow, that helps immensely. Uh, hey King, how are you, man? I hope everything's good. Joining at just the right time. We're about to launch this big sweeper, and hopefully that's going to be pretty satisfying, just seeing it glide over the land. But it's we're only just about ready for it. Yash? Yeah, I know. Uh, it's just calling you something different than your display name sort of just catches me off a little bit. Alright, let's make sure we don't drown. And get the final two in. Alright, and now we are gonna go over to a place where I can breathe underwater. Here, and we're going to double check everything here. So yes, 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 yes. All that looks good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Just making sure that all the pistons and all the extra slime blocks have been removed. Like the pistons need to be turned inwards. Like I have a tendency to sometimes turn them the wrong way. So, all right. See you later, man. Okay. So I suppose we can try and run this thing now. The biggest sweeper to date. Now, right, that's not going to be the full. I just want to see. Okay, so that's why we didn't run the full thing. Though, I think I can just attach this to a new motor, and that's what we're going to do. Okay. Ow. Ugh. Huh. Ah! Wait! Fuck! Uh... Oh. I forgot about uh, the beacons. Ah, well, it's not like it's any big deal. Like, I just have to remove them now. What are you on about? It's, it wasn't a major flaw. It's just, a quick fix. I need to move the beacons anyway, so, I mean... Let's just make sure we pick up all the iron blocks so we can redeploy the beacon whenever need be. Let's just remove the second beacon while we're at it. that survive the fall? How rude. Jesus Christ, phantoms. I had completely forgotten about phantoms. It's been so long since we had to deal with them. Though they're not any less annoying. Oh, hello. And goodbye. Phantoms are such a mild inconvenience. Like, they're not even worth, like, properly killing, but then again, they are chipping away at my health, or rather, my hunger bar. Alright. Welcome back, Draco. Let's get this show on the road again. Now that there's not a, oh, almost didn't get it. Almost got it. Ugh. Run in front of it. Find me a slime block like this. And we're off. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I will have to put an obsidian block by the end of it, but hey. What's up, Draco? What is you? Just a zombie. Doesn't matter. Apparently this is the maximum size I can run it with. Nope. As long as that obsidian pillar there is intact, it doesn't. You have 3 stacks of furnaces? What for? Super smelter? Nice, dude. It's probably time we get off this water removing machine. I'm thinking that's a lot of work. That's about all. And neat. Well, I mean, if you want to do it, then I think it's a super cool build. I need to, in order to build a motor there. And that's it, right? Yeah, neat. Why doesn't it want to work? Hmm. Is that problematic? It seems like I might have to... That is problematic. I hate this. A black hole is always super cool, so I mean, good idea. Difficult to execute, but good idea. Okay, it just took a little while, but it is going to take care of all of that, eh? Or not? Why not? So because all of this water here used to be under, or used to be solid blocks, it messes up the entire thing. What if I were to turn that machine around and just have it run back here then? So I should always start it from over here. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. But that means we need more obsidian. to make sure that this doesn't collapse back when I remove all of this. But maybe I should put the sand on the back first. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, so sorry. Must have been loud. So that should take care of that. Alright, and now we take care of the... Oh, phantoms! Without the mob sounds, I have to turn that back on, because I was really confused of what was trying to take a bite out of me. I was like, was it a trident? Was it a skeleton somewhere? And just couldn't spot it out. Jeez, how long is this? Almost there. Damn, that was a big thunder. All right. Hmm. Okay. Let's just get all of the water away from this side here. Because now there's no way it can collapse all the way back. Some of it might be able to collapse a little bit, but... Oh, mistakes were made. Okay, so that's all the water on that wall. Now we just need to remove all the sponges. Ugh. Really? Am I gonna have to jump between those? I think so. So this is likely a task where I need to wear my elytra. So I can jump over here, remove that, jump over here, attempt to remove that, and so on. Really? Some of them are too far apart. Is that a skeleton horse? We'll deal with that in a second, because there's a chance to get the best helmet in the game off it, right? So it's just stupid not to deal with it. Albeit 1 in a billion, but I mean, if we live long enough in the world, there's a chance. Okay, let's gear up. Bam. Any helmets floating around? Nope. Doesn't seem like it. funny because I actually just read a Reddit post earlier today where someone asked how rare it was because he had never seen it and he had played for 10 years, like these skeleton horses. But I don't know. I think it's, what is it, like the 5th or 4th pair in our world? Really? I'm not gonna use such a strong word as absolutely hate this, but I mean, it's up there. Okay, so I'm missing 2 sponges. And they were right there. Good. So now I should be able to tear that down without any incidents. Is it just me, or does it kind of sound like he's throwing on like a superhero cape whenever he puts on the elytra? sure we pick up all of this before it despawns. Because I don't particularly want to make more honey blocks or any of the other wonderful things lying down here. All right. Oh, another lightning storm. Really? Already? Isn't there supposed to be like 4 hours between them? Or up to 6 hours? I suppose that leaves this room empty for it, but... Wait, is this correct? Yes, it is. Good. Important that I do that whenever I'm not holding the elytra, or rather the totem. Because otherwise I risk blowing up. And by blowing up, of course, I mean creepers dropping down from the sky. Lightning strikes are nothing to scoff at either. They can do pretty serious damage. Jesus Christ. On that note. I think it would be really cool if they added in something that's like something that uses natural lightning for like a power source or something like that. At least I think that would be super cool. Like situational power. I think that's, of course, Bedrock would be able to summon that pretty much whenever, but at least I think that would be pretty cool. So now it went under. Just get some air. And then jump down again. Everything moved. Good. The hell is that? No idea what that was, but, or how it got there. But it's fixed now. Sometimes this thing can be difficult to launch. I should have done that. Oh. I was so good at it for a while, getting it on the first try. Now I just can't seem to get it. How's there water there? Oh, it's done it again with the water thing there? Okay. I suppose. That it must be something I could attribute to the sideline here. Can I pick the water up again fast enough? There we go. Now, I'm still gonna have that line there, which I really hate. But that shouldn't be full water. That should only be, like, I don't think that's gonna be source blocks all the way down. I don't think it's gonna remake these fill blocks here. So I don't think it's too bad, but it's definitely annoying. Now, this is the area I'm kinda worried out by, whether or not I'm gonna actually be able to continue, whether the machine is gonna stop here. I think it might, but yeah. Okay, that's bad. Not gonna lie, that's pretty bad. Because this operates under the assumption that it moves and then removes the water in front of it. And that's why this triggers here. But when there isn't like an actual source there, it can't run as it's supposed to. That's major annoying. Oh, that's a wet sponge. And is this water gonna stay here? Sort of. Well, seems like we're gonna have to do this bit manually. So we're gonna have to do all of this water manually, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Wait, what? Why is this coming back? As long as there doesn't arrive another row, it's alright. Alright, because of the kelp down here. So there will be another row if I don't stop it. Okay. So after we picked up the sponges, we'll put in an effort to stop the kelp by removing all of it. For example, this one here. I'm still 2 sponges short. We may try to switch the sign on this because of this. Like, I might need to find a different sweeper design for it, since this seems to be a little bit off. Okay, that should do it. And I think that's also about what I have in me for today. Oh, well. Didn't lose 2 sponges. At least that's something. We only lost 1. Alright, but 3 hours and 20 minutes, I think that's about for how long I can handle for today. So, thank you so much for watching. We will continue this work going forward and hopefully reach an end to it soonish. But I hope to see you maybe not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow, but I won't be on Tuesday either, so there's going to be 2 days without, but I hope to see you on Wednesday. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again on Wednesday. Cheerio, and Joe out.